Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya De Satarine. Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpa taruveshya kripa sindhuvya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. Madhu Kuni Prabhu, why you have raised your hand? You want to ask something? Okay. Hare Krishna. So today we will see the first 3 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. We will not be able to complete all the 3 verses, but we will only discuss the second verse. Okay? So the first 3 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam are extremely special. They describe the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. You don't have to say this. Why? So they describe the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained so nicely that how these 3 verses comprise the entire knowledge of the Vedic scriptures, of what the scriptures want to speak about. So these 3 verses, as we will see, it comprises all the Vedic knowledge. So the Vedic knowledge, or why we read scriptures, is divided, or the entire Vedic knowledge is divided into 3 parts. Okay, anyone knows the 3 parts of the Vedic knowledge, or the 3? Yes, Udharan Krishna Prabhu. Okay, tell. Give them. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan.
Yeah, very good. So the 3 things that the Vedic knowledge speaks about is Sambandha and Abhideya and Prayojan. Okay, so what are these 3 things? Anyone else would like to explain these 3 things? Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan. Anyone else would like to explain these 3 things? Okay, somebody. Yeah, please.
Sambandh is the relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
Abhideya is the service we render. Prayojan is the purpose why we are rendering the service. Am I correct?
Okay, yes, quite to good extent you are correct. So Sambandha is our relationships. Abhideya is the process of revival, how to revive that relationship. And prayojan is reciprocation. What reciprocation we will expect or we are looking for when we are dealing with the Lord. So these three things comprise the entire Vedic knowledge. And these first three verses, Srila Vyasadeva has put so nicely in Srimad Bhagavatam what is about these three processes. So the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam deals with Sambandha Gyan. The second verse deals with Abhideya. And the third verse deals with Prayojan. Okay. So now, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given class every day 2 hours for 30 days on the first verse. Now, if I do like that, because I am not Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and none of you are Srila Prabhupada, so I am not going to do that. But the first verse itself is huge in the sense that it can be explained in so many different types of ways. Jiva Goswami explained in 3 ways. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained the same verse in 5 different explanations. We will see what all things we can, whatever you all can understand. We will not get into too much technical details, but the first verse has been explained elaborately by many of our acharyas extensively. Some of our acharyas have spoken elaborately on the first verse, right? But we will see how much it is required for your level to understand. And the second verse is basically the Abhideya, or how we can revive. So we will read this 3 verses in the next 4 classes. So in the next 4 classes, we will read these only 3 verses. Almost for the entire month of May, we will focus on these 3 verses. And all your assignment will be based around these 3 verses. We will read the Srila Prabhupada's purport of these 3 verses very nicely. Srila Prabhupada has written amazing purport on these 3 verses. And we will also refer to some of the commentaries of other acharyas. And we will see how we can practically apply. But I want that all of you read this Srila Prabhupada's purports of these 3 verses. First verse, Srila Prabhupada has written extensive purport. And second verse and third verse purports are a little lesser in size. But they are very nice. So all of your assignments will be based on these 3 verses purport. We will read the entire purport and the entire assignment will be based on that. Okay, so we will read this 3 verses in a different manner, more of an applicative way. We will read the first this verse, that is Abhideya, and we will see how these 2 verses are connected to help us practice the Abhideya. Okay, so we will first go through the second verse, and from the second verse, we will see the first and third verse. Okay, we will follow a little different style that will be more beneficial and we can learn it more and apply it more. Okay, so we will focus on the Abhideya. Is everyone clear till now? Okay, okay, so we will recite the second verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, so this is little longer verse, so I request everyone to pay attention, and everyone should have notebook and pen because we will otherwise we'll miss it out. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam.
Dharma pujita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam.
Vedyam vastavamatra vastu sivadam tapotrayonmulanam.
Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimba Pare Ishwaraha.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va Parerishvara.
Sadhyo Hridya Varudhyate Atra Kritivi Shushrushu Vikshaktakshana.
Sadhyo Hritya Avarudhyate Atra Kritabhi Sushushubhistakshana.
Okay, anyone else? One more devotee. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam.
Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam.
Vedyam vastavamatra vastu subhadam tapatrayanmulunam.
Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimba Parerishwaraha.
Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va Parerishwaraha.
Sadhyo Hridya Varudhyate Atra Kritivi Susrushu Vikshakshana.
Sadhyo Hridya Varudyate Atra Kritivi Sushrushubi Takshana.
Okay, so this is the verse. We will read translation. Translation, which is my case, is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasdev in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So nice verse, right? So we will see one word of this verse and how it applies to our life. So the first one is what is explained and what is not explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the first thing that is mentioned in this verse is क्या है इसमें और क्या नहीं है. What is there, what you can expect from Srimad Bhagavatam, and what you cannot expect from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So what you can expect from Srimad Bhagavatam and what you cannot expect. So Srimad Bhagavatam, what you cannot expect is dharma projita kaitava. So projita, this word projita means it kicks out. It's like, someone's catching someone's collar and throwing it out from the room. Like someone is sitting now and I catch someone's collar and throw him out or throw her out of the window. So projita means kicking out. Kaitava dharma. Kaitava dharma means Srimad Bhagavatam. So what is not explained, or what is not the subject matter? So what is not explained is Kaitava dharma. Or cheating religion. So Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't describe anything about the cheating religion. Cheating religion means any religion which cheats the living entity. Or basically every dharma. So what is the goal of dharma? Anyone can say what is the goal of dharma? Okay. Anyone? Okay. Hare Krishna. Who spoke first? Who spoke first? Bolo. Yes.
To love God.
To love God. To love God. To ultimately help the living entity to love God. Right? That is dharma. And Kaitava dharma means to help a living entity not love God and stay here in material world. That is basically Kaitava dharma. So what is Kaitava dharma is help the living entity more and more stay in material world nicely. Like we see all the karma yoga, jnana yoga and ashtanga yoga and so many yoga processes mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So they speak more about sakama karma. Yes, you can practice dharma also, and you can live a nice life in this material world also. You can enjoy in this material world also. And Vyasdev says that Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't contain anything, any tinge of that knowledge which will help you to stay in material world, making it a better place. So generally we refer to religion. Srila Prabhupada also explains in the purport to the second verse that many times we refer go towards God or come towards God or come to religion just so that we can enhance our material life. Yes? I will enhance my peace. I will enhance my material life. I will enhance some amount of the material things I will get something from God. That is most of the people, 90% of the people come to Krishna for enhancing their material life, either through peace or anything. And this verse says that Srimad Bhagavatam contains nothing, any information, no information about how you can enhance your material life through reading the scriptures. Dharma projita kaitavatra. Projita means it kicks out all that religion which cheats the living entity by telling that you can make the material world a very, very comfortable place. Right? How many of us, we really believe and have a hope within that still there is some hope that this world can be a comfortable place? Yes? Huh? And sometimes when we get some miseries in life, then we think, I think this world is not a comfortable place. Sometimes we have some relationship problems with someone. We think, oh, these all relationships are useless. Sometimes when we have problems with our husband and wife, we think, oh, why did I get married? But sometimes when we have no problem with our husband and wife, oh, so nice, this material world is so nice place. Why this is explained like this? So our mind speaks like that, but most of us, we still have hope that there is some amount of way we can make this world a comfortable place. And that's how the whole world is working. All economic development, all scientific advancement is based on making the world a comfortable place. But here Vasudev is telling that Srimad Bhagavatam kicks out this conception that this world can be ever made into a comfortable place. This world is not a comfortable place. The only goal of this life is to love God and go back to Godhead. So the Kaitava Dharma means to cheat the living entity from the real goal to love God and to go back to God. And give some proposals, give some ways by which the living entity can enhance one material life. And this is also nothing wrong. But Vasudev is telling, Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't deal with this subject matter. There are other Vedas, there are other Puranas, they deal with so nicely. Like you read Padma Puran. In Padma Puran, there is explanation of Ekadasi Mahatmya. So when you read Padma Puran in the Ekadasi Mahatmya, you will see that Ekadasi Mahatmya says that by following this Ekadasi, you will get a lot of gold. By following that Ekadasi, you will get a lot of wealth. By following this Ekadasi, you will, if you are not getting a son, you will get a son. By following this Ekadasi, you will get rid of all sinful reactions and all those things. So you will read Ekadasi, all different Ekadasis. Very less is explained about devotion that you will get by performing Ekadasi, and lot of information is given about how you will get lot of things materially by following the Ekadasi Vrata. So this is Padma Puran, right, which is a Puran of mode of goodness. And Vasudev says that this Puran, this is called Mahapuran or Amala Puran or Bhagavat Puran, has no tinge of how you can perform devotional service and through devotional service enhance your material life. Please don't sleep. So enhance your material life. Now we cannot expect Srimad Bhagavatam or read Srimad Bhagavatam with an expectation that if I read Srimad Bhagavatam, I will get some material benefits out of Srimad Bhagavatam. The only benefit that you are going to get, that's why he says in the next, what is explained. So what is not explained? Yes. So what is not explained? Anyone? What is not explained in Srimad Bhagavatam?
Kaitava Dharma.
Okay, what is Kaitava Dharma?
To stay in this material world comfortably.
The information of how to make the world a comfortable place and enhance the quality of your material life by performing spirituality. That aspect of spirituality. So spirituality has a lot of aspects. So that aspect of spirituality which deals with enhancing your materialism, okay, like it is being explained in the Vedas, like it is being explained in the different Puranas, all those aspects of spirituality is not explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Is this clear? Okay. So now what is explained? So what is explained is in this verse. You see? Vastavam atra vastu. Right? It is explained. What is explained is Vastava vastu. So what is Vastava vastu? So what is explained? Is Vastava vastu. And what is Vastava vastu? Vastava vastu is Krishna. He is the only Vastava vastu. Vastava matlab you are able to understand. Vastava matlab reality. Matlab he is ever existing. So in this material world, like we see so many people keep on changing. The posts are changing, the rules are changing, positions are changing, people are changing, our own body is changing, our mind to keeps on changing every moment only. But there is only one unchanging truth. What is that unchanging truth? That is Krishna. So today if someone is playing guitar, tomorrow he may be frustrated in playing guitar and he may play mridangam or play something else. But Krishna over so many, from beginning of creation, Krishna is playing flute only and he never gets bored with flute. And Krishna is standing in the threefold bending form only. So Vastava Vastu matlab, that is what is always real. So Vasudev is telling that don't expect anything illusion here. Don't expect anything of the material world here. We are going to explain only Vastava Vastu. So Vastava Vastu is Bhagavan, and Bhakta, and how to perform bhakti to Bhagavan. These three things are only explained. And that too, this bhakti that is being explained is completely Suddha Bhakti. We will also see ahead in our discussion what is the definition of Suddha Bhakti. But it's completely pure devotional service. There is nothing, no tinge of jnana, karma, no tinge of I will get something from the Lord by performing devotional service. Nothing. It's completely pure devotional service that is being explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the first part of the second verse speaks about what is not explained and what is explained. And then it says that who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? So this is something which we will elaborate. Who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? Now you see it's little difficult to digest. So it says Parama Nirmat Saranam Satam Vedyam. Okay, these words you see. Parama Nirmat Parama Nirmat Saranam Satam Vedyam. Vedyam means, this word Vedyam, if you see here, Srila Prabhupada writes, understandable. Means this atra matlab this. Every time in this verse, lot of atra is there. You see, dharma projita kaita batra, vedyam vastavam atra, फिर साध्यो हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र tapo atra traya unmulanam atra. So lot of atras are there. Atra matlab this. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that this verse contains lot of atra because Vasudev is telling only in this, kahin aur aapko nahi milega, only this, only Srimad Bhagavatam is like that, right? So only this literature. So to emphasize how only Srimad Bhagavatam exclusively is this. So there is lot of use of this word atra again and again. This atra basically means this. Okay, this Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is understandable Vedyam by Parama Nirmat Saranam. Okay, Parama Nirmat Saranam matlab Nirmat Sar matlab non-envious. Parama Nirmat Sara matlab completely non-envious. So only those people, those who are completely non-envious, can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So I think we should close the class now. This should be the last thing that we should speak on Srimad Bhagavatam and close Srimad Bhagavatam at this moment. How many of you think we have become completely non-envious? Okay. So it is said, Vasudev is telling, you can only understand Srimad Bhagavatam, you can only read Srimad Bhagavatam, you can only relish Srimad Bhagavatam only when you are Parama Nirmat Saranam. Parama Nirmat Saranam. Matlab, you have completely become non-envious. Okay. So we will discuss on this little later. Then we will see what are this is who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Next is what are the different effects of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So the first effect, here it is explained about the effects of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So what are the effects? The first one is Sibadam. It will bring lot of auspiciousness into your life. The second one is Tapatraya Unmulanam. Traya Tap. Three Tap. How many of you know what are the three Tap? Yes, anyone would like to say the three Tap? Okay. Okay. Anyone please raise hand. Three Tap. Okay. You have already started. Okay, speak.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
हाँ।
आध्यात्मिक क्लेश
हाँ।
आदि भौतिक क्लेश और आदि दैविक क्लेश
Very good. Adhyatmic clash, Adhibhautik clash, and Adhidaivik clash. All the three taps can be completely unmulanam. Unmulanam, you understand? Uproot. Sometimes you cut a tree, but because the roots are there, then the tree grows when the rainy season comes. But if you take out the roots of the tree only, the tree will not grow. So it says that all the three miseries from the root will be extracted out if you read Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So that is the second thing. Tapatraya Unmulanam. And then it says Sadhyo Hrudya Abhurudhyate. The third effect that you will see is that the Lord will be established in your heart. That means you will be able to see Krishna face to face in your life. You'll be able to see Krishna's hand face to face in your life. Avarudhyate. Avarudhyate matlab you'll be bound by your love. Just by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, if one reads Srimad Bhagavatam sincerely, Krishna will be bound to his life. Krishna cannot go out of his heart if he just reads Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are the three effects that are mentioned. Srivadam, auspicious, Trapotrayan Munalam, rooting out the entire miseries of material existence, and Krishna getting bound in our heart. Hrudya Avarudhyate, completely bound by the love, right? So now, and then the last one is how to read Srimad Bhagavatam, the process of reading. It is explained Susrusubi, matlab submissively and attentively. Okay, so these are the different parts of this verse. The first thing is that this verse explains what is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, what is not explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, what are the three effects of Srimad Bhagavatam reading, and how to read Srimad Bhagavatam, and who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, is this clear? So who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam?
Those who become completely non-envious.
Those who have become completely non-envious. How to read Srimad Bhagavatam? Submissively. And then what are the three effects of Srimad Bhagavatam?
Auspiciousness.
Auspiciousness, very good.
Tapatraya Unmulanam. The three
And Krishna becoming bound.
Rooting out the three miseries, and then third,
we'll be able to see Krishna.
you will be able to see Krishna. Krishna will be bound in your heart out of love for you. Okay. Now the question is, which many of our acharyas have described, is that then I will not be able to understand then Srimad Bhagavatam. So we will discuss for the next half an hour on the topic of envy. Okay, because here it says that how nirmatsaranam satam, how Srimad Bhagavatam can be understood by only the non-envious people. So that means if I have to really make Srimad Bhagavatam, and if I really have to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, read Srimad Bhagavatam and relish Srimad Bhagavatam, if I have to read and relish Srimad Bhagavatam, so you can read Srimad Bhagavatam, you can remember the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, but you can only relish Srimad Bhagavatam only when we either become non-envious or at least we are striving towards non-envious behavior. And that's why it is very, very important as practicing devotees to, because Srimad Bhagavatam is our only hope to go back to Godhead. And the condition for understanding or reading or relishing Srimad Bhagavatam is non-enviousness. So that means we should really strike out and strive to practice non-envious behavior in our life. Okay. So, what is envy? Yes, anyone would like to say what is envy?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Please raise your hand. Then
sorry.
I'll speak. Okay, now you have started speaking. Okay, you can speak.
Actually, one time you told that कोई एक dancer है and another one is also a best dancer, and the other person is getting the chance of performing in the best place, and this dancer is not going to do that. तो जो feeling आती है, that is envy. मतलब in the same characteristic, capacity and capability, जो feeling आती है. This is what I understand.
Can you give the same example of dancer as devotee, so that, because we are not dancers, we are devotees, so that is more understanding.
I am not capable.
Okay, okay, there are other devotees who let me speak. Yes, Vedavati Mataji, Vishnu Priya Mataji ki jai. Please enlighten us with envy.
What we don't have and what others have. Can we see that?
Oh, very good, very good. So the first definition of envy is spoken by Vishnu Priya Mataji. This is the right definition. So, envy means we want what others have. Okay? We want what others have. Okay? Yes, Poonam Mataji. But there is little more to this definition. This is the half. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can be subtle form also, where you feel that other people are very lucky enough that they have got such material situations to do bhakti properly, spiritual situations to do bhakti properly. Why I am not lucky enough?
So why I don't have what others have? Okay, Kushal Bihari Prabhu will enlighten us next.
And also we want that others should not have.
Very good. One loud Haribol for Kushal Bihari Prabhu. After we have it, we don't want anyone else to have it. How many of you have understood this statement? Right? First of all, we want what others have. Let us say Sri Nitai Das wants what Kushal Bihari Das has. Okay, so that is beginning of envy. And the second step is, after Sri Nitai Das gets it, Kushal Bihari Das should not have it. He should be the exclusive proprietor of that. So, the next statement is, we have and no one else has. Okay. Anyone else? Sri Nitai is very enlightening. Yes. Yes. Syam Narayan Prabhu boliye.
And Hare Krishna Prabhu, and then we become jealous. Why do others have those things?
Okay, we have written that. Second point is that.
Yeah,
Same. Okay, yes, Nirakar Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Dandavad.
Boliye.
We think we should have little more so that we will be distinguished from others. Little more than others.
Okay, so we'll have little more than others. So that is basically the third point. Little extension. Okay. So we will. Yes, Karan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sometimes it happens that we have others also have, and we want कि जो others जिनके पास है उनके पास चला जाए.
So we pray and create ways, either mentally or through actions, that others lose what they have. This is little higher version. Karan Prabhu is explaining little higher. Evolved envy. Okay. Anything more higher? I think we have covered all types. Yes, Sumit Prabhu has some.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Ruko. Sumit Prabhu and then Santanu Prabhu, I think.
I'm not sure, but thinking bad about someone, if someone has done something bad for us, then thinking bad about someone, whether it will be called under this envy category, I'm not sure, Prabhu, but
thinking bad about someone, if someone has done some bad, then it's a different thing. But thinking bad about someone also can be, only thinking bad about someone is envy, right? Thinking bad or, that is already mentioned. Point 4. Yes, someone else was telling. Santanu Prabhu, I think. Who was? Yes, please tell.
So actually, whatever we do is either through thoughts, words, or action. So similarly, that expression of envy can also now translate into either thinking or speaking enviously about him to others, or taking some physical action to disturb him.
So that is mentioned. So by speaking, thinking, willing, or doing wrong, speaking, etc., thinking wrong about others. Yes. Okay. So yes, Kushal Bihari Prabhu, last.
ultimately we want to compete against Krishna and we want to become Krishna.
So we want to become Krishna in different ways. So that is ultimate envy. All these envies, superset is Krishna's envy.
So one more thing. We want to make others also envious of others. If I am envious of somebody by speaking, you also become envious.
Thank you. At least till now I have not encountered this type of person. Maybe my knowledge about material world is very simit. But okay, maybe. So we want to make. Let me write down. We want to make others envious of others.
Actually, we are speaking, na Prabhuji. So we are spreading the envy.
Yes, Prabhuji. अपने पार्टी में और लोग को शामिल करते हैं.
Okay, so that is mentioned. We will come to that. Okay, yes, I think Sama Priya Mataji and Sukriti Mataji also are very eager to speak something about envy.
So he was telling about the same thing, that we blaspheme the person telling that he has done wrong.
So we blaspheme, so out of envy, and we criticize. Okay, yes, Sama Priya Mataji.
Prabhuji, if somebody appreciates someone who we are envious of, then we cannot accept it at all.
How many of you have felt that, why he is being appreciated? Why so much of appreciation? Why so much of appreciation? So much of appreciation, Why so much of appreciation to him? So envy means we cannot tolerate appreciation of others, right? Why he is being appreciated so much, right? Why like this? So we'll ask question. Very good. All of you are experts. So scriptures explain that there are 4 types of envy, okay, which we can see in our heart. So the reason of discussion of all these things is to get out of envy, not become envious. At the end of the discussion, we should come to conclusion, I should not become envious. Okay, so we are doing a technical analysis based on scriptures. Okay, many of our acharyas, especially His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj, used to speak a lot on envy, because I don't know how many of you know about His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj. He used to stay in Baroda, Rajkot, and he was one of our ISKCON's main authority of Srimad Bhagavatam. He dedicated his entire life for reading, relishing, and speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam. Very, very special soul. He's passed away in Bhaktivedanta Hospital. I think 10 years before, I don't remember the exact date. A very, very special soul, very, very attached to Srimad Bhagavatam, and all his disciples also read Srimad Bhagavatam very intensely. So, so he explains about envy, because Srimad Bhagavatam can only be read and relished and understandable when we lose out this envy. At least we strive not to act on envious platform. Okay. And we cannot completely get rid of envy, but at least we strive. Okay. So there are 4 types of envy explained. The first one is khala. Khala means envy in action. Khala people or wicked people, khala means envious people who are always in action. Means they will plan, they will act out of envy. They will have plans how to assassinate the character of a person, or they will have plans of how to create problems for the person. Striking example of khala people are the other wives of Chitraketu Maharaj. So Chitraketu Maharaj got a son from one wife, and all other ladies became so envious that they became khala, completely khala. They acted out of envy, and what action they took? By feeding poison to the son only. The son only is gone, dead and gone. So this is khala. Khala means is like the topmost variety of envious person. His envy has gone to such level that he has started planning, whole planning in his mind is going on how to trouble the person whom he is envious. How to act for the person in a negative way so that the person becomes neutral. So classic example given in our scriptures, or an example to understand of khala pravriti is two people were neighbors, and one person was envious of his other neighbor, right? So, and he started praying to Krishna that, oh Krishna, I will please give me benediction, please give me benediction. Then God appeared to him, and when God appeared to him, God said, what do you want? So, so this person said that I want that the other person, so the other person has, I want that the other person should not get anything. Now the other person, the neighbor was whatever this person will get, the neighbor was getting double of it, right? Triple of it, more and more of it. So then this person said, whatever I am getting, my neighbor is getting double of it. That's what you have given benediction. Oh God, give me the benediction that I lose one of my eye. Then what will happen to my neighbor? Double of it will happen. And the neighbor will become blind. This is called Khala. The Khala Prakriti people means they will go to any extent of troubling themselves also so that others are troubled. This Khala. Constantly planning and acting out of envy. Okay. The next type of envious people are Dveshis. Dvesh people are, it's a little different type. These are all different types of envy. Okay. So we all have some fragments of all the types. Okay. So these are types of envy. So Dvesh means creating hatred or enmity by making separate groups. So let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say I am feeling envious to Kushal Bihari. He's giving some classes. He gives such nice classes, and after some time, I don't think anyone will hear from him. All wonderful classes he's giving. So many people are appreciating. Now temple also, all devotees have started appreciating. So like that. So what I will do, if I am a Dveshi Jan, what I will do is that I will go to Veer Narasimha and say, you see Veer Narasimha, what do you think about Kushal Bihari? He said, very nice devotee, Prabhuji, very nice classes he gives. And then I say, Prabhu, do you know? I will tell you who is he. And what he tells me about you. So what he tells me about you, Prabhu, thank you for enlightening me. So I'll tell Prabhu, he gives very good classes, but he has lot of envy for you. And he tells me always, Ki Prabhu, instruct Veer Narasimha Prabhu in such a way that he cannot give classes. And he speaks so much of faults about you. So Veer Narasimha Prabhu, is it? I was not knowing. I was thinking he is my good friend. Prabhu, I am your good friend, Prabhuji. You should understand, I am incarnated as your good friend. And he only speaks about faults about you. So like that. And then I go to again Tarun Prabhu and say, Tarun Prabhu, I will tell you very nice thing. What nice thing? Prabhu, actually I was recently talking with Kushal Bihari Prabhu, and I came to know that he was telling something about you, Prabhuji. What he was telling about me, Prabhu? He was telling that this Tarun Prabhu, he thinks himself very, very great. Like that. Do you think like that, Prabhuji? Do you think? Nah, Prabhuji, I don't think I am great. But this Kushal Bihari Prabhu says like this about you. So then Tarun Prabhu is also told about Kushal Bihari Prabhu like that. Then I go to Pawan Krishna Prabhu and speak about him. So in this way, slowly Kushal Bihari Prabhu after some time realizes that why devotees are not talking with me nicely. Why? Because a Dveshi Jan has got into the system and he is creating silos or hatred groups. This is called hatred groups or enmity groups. Right? How many of you understood the example which I said? Right? So, this is called Dveshi Jan. Dveshi Jan means he will feel envious to one person and he will create an entire group against that person by speaking how this person is always hating you. Like what Sri Nitai Das is doing. Sri Nitai Das is going Veer Narasimha Prabhu, and Veer Narasimha Prabhu is telling that Kushal Bihari speaks ill about him. He goes to Tarun Prabhu and says Kushal Bihari speaks ill about him. And everyone is thinking, oh, I think it's true. This Kushal. And then all these people, he will create a group, hatred group or enmity group. And because he is just feeling envy towards others. So this is called Dvesi Jan. And I have seen such Dvesi Jan in my experience, my goodness, of my small, minuscule experience of 20 years in ISKCON, like sometimes people become envious and they start creating group, right? They start creating, this is called negative current, creating a negative current in ISKCON. And there are so many such negative currents in ISKCON. Every day, 2-3 mails come to me with all ISKCON leaders in CC and me also in the CC speaking about all nonsense about this Maharaj, this Prabhu, this, that, all nonsense. Recently a big mail came, so big mail came that even Google could not handle. At the end, the Google also could not handle. It is some one Maharaj के बारे में इतना बड़ा mail आया. So last में Google said, please view the entire message. It clipped the message only. And then one devotee, another brahmachari called me and said, Prabhuji, Gaurang Prabhu is asking about this mail. I said, Prabhu, it is already deleted. I saw the mail and it got into spam and is deleted. He's asking, who is this person who has sent this mail? I said, Prabhu, why you are asking me? Every day 2-3 mails like this come about this devotee, that devotee. I don't know how people have time to write such big mails and what they think, how I can read such mails and how foolish you are that you are asking me, did I read the mail? और कुछ काम धंधा नहीं कि 16 वाला ठीक से हो नहीं रहा है और मैं मेल पढ़ते रहूंगा. So this is called Dvesi Jan. This is perfect example of Dvesi Jan. Now if this person has some problem with that person, he should go to that person or he should go to his person's guru or whatever it is. But what he is doing, he is creating a, you are understanding, na? Creating a, hum bhi dikha denge, this is, chal binai, trade union, trade union. How many of you know trade union type, chal binai. So one person is the one person in the labor class, one person is a little having little not going well with the manager. So that person tells to manager, "Main dikha dunga, main bhi kaun hu." And then what he does, he will go, he will start creating, he will put poison into everyone's ears, he will put poison in this ear, poison in that ear, poison in that ear, and create an entire group. And then say, yes, just see. And your manager kharab hai. So this is called Dvesi Jan. Dvesi means he creates hatred groups, enmity groups, right? He works very, very subtly. So this is Dvesi Jan. And the third is Asuya. So you will find in Srimad Bhagavatam again and again this word called Asuya Jan. Asuya Jan matlab professional fault finder. He's a pro version of fault finder. Just like we have a light version, it's a pro version. So, pro version of fault finder, matlab he keeps on finding fault with everyone. Except him, everyone is having faults. So, Asuya Jan means he's very subtle. He's a very subtle type of envy. Dvesh and Khala is more of a gross envy. Asuya is a very subtle envy. He has envy in the heart, in his heart, right? But he takes out the envy in the form of fault finder, and he will show to others how he is simply trying to do good by finding faults. So this is Asuya Jana. Asuya Jana means he will show to others that how by finding faults I am trying to improve the quality of ISKCON. ISKCON is going down. I will improve the quality of ISKCON. How? By finding faults. And there are so many people like this. In my experience also, so many people I have encountered that they will speak very nicely, very eloquently, but basically they are finding faults only. Right? They are envious of other people. They are envious of senior Maharajas. They are envious of the success of the senior Maharajas and all. They are envious, and then they will speak so many things. You see. Why this Maharaj is doing like this, why that Maharaj is doing like this, why in ISKCON doing like this, actually they should behave like this, actually this should happen, actually that should happen. Arey, who is paying you? Shut your mouth, chant Hare Krishna nicely. Whole business is just how I can, so they start an ISKCON reform movement. How I can reform ISKCON. So these are all people, they will keep on finding faults because they are envious of success. So many people tell so many things about there are so many successful devotees in ISKCON. And all the successful devotees, I have seen, every successful devotee is being attacked by these Asuyajan. Asuyajan means they will find faults. Arey, appreciate his success. See what good he is doing to Srila Prabhupada. No. That I cannot see. I will only see the faults in that person. He is having that fault, he is having. He is preaching very nicely, Prabhuji. But, understanding? But, bas. That means you have envy in heart. This but means you have envy in heart. Right? So he is preaching very nicely, Prabhuji. But, so, why but? You tell the entire line, he is preaching very nicely, he is doing like this, and all this. But even if he has some faults, there is no, we are not guru of everyone, that we can take care of the faults of everyone. And until as a person wants to change, he will not change. So Asuyajan, their envy is very subtle within their heart, and they'll keep on finding faults in their mind, and sometimes in the words also. And sometimes they will find in mind, and they will not reveal their mind that I am becoming fault finder. Right? So they are professionals fault finder. Like, can anyone give an example of a pro level fault finder from scriptures? Right? Yes, Pavan Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Ramchandra.
Ramchandra Puri, pro level fault finder. He saw some ants and said ki they are just see this Chaitanya is simply eating sweets because there are ants in his room. Just imagine, what is the connection? The ants are everywhere. Kaviraj Goswami says ants are everywhere. But he saw some ants in Lord Chaitanya's place and said ki just see, in the night he is only eating sweets. Right? Because in the daytime if he eats sweets, people will complain how a sannyasi can eat so many sweets. So like that, Asuya means pro level fault finder. Right? And the fourth one is called Matsar. Okay. So what is the meaning? So here also if you see, the word is called what? Nirmatsarana. So here the word of envy that is there is Nirmatsar. Matlab bilkul matsar nahi. So Matsar means, see, all these first category, second category, third category, they all have a specific, see, this first category, second category and third category. These three categories of envy or envious people, they have a specific situation and a specific people to which they are feeling envious. Let's say, for example, this Sweta Mataji was giving an example of dancer. So if a dancer is becoming envious, the dancer will become envious of another dancer. Dancer will not become envious of another Bhagavad Gita teacher. Right? Imagine some Bharatnatyam dancer is there. So he will not come and become envious of Sri Nitai Das. Oh, how nicely he is giving Bhagavad Gita class. He will not become envious. He will become envious of another dancer. So that means he is either of first category, second category, third category. Matsar means completely generic. Scripture says they are envious of everyone In every situation, all people they are envious. In every situation they are envious. There is total envy. Right? His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj gives example of mosquitoes. Right? They don't make any distinction of whom to bite, whom not to bite. Cows, animals, dogs, humans, everyone they want to bite. He also gives example of cobra. He wants to bite everyone. This is Matsar. Matsar means it's not that he is just envious of his category of people or her category of people. Anyone he sees or her he sees, she will just become envious. A generic category of envy or total envy. He will be envious of everyone is Matsar. Anyone who is successful, he will be envious. So even if he is a dancer, someone else is being appreciated for giving a good Bhagavad Gita class, he will become envious. Why he is being appreciated? Why he cannot be appreciated? Tell me. Why? The question is why he cannot be appreciated. But this is Matsar. Matsar means complete envy of everyone. So these are the 4 types of envy, and we all can see in our hearts to some extent or to a large extent these 4 types of envy in our life. Okay. Now the next thing is that why we get affected by envy and how to get rid of this envy, because envy is a great stumbling block in our Krishna consciousness, in our bhakti, and people have become envious of equals, people have become envious of their gurus, people have become envious of their juniors or subordinates. Actually, so long our heart is having envy towards other Vaishnavas, we cannot relish Srimad Bhagavatam. We may read Srimad Bhagavatam, we may remember the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. We cannot read and relish Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam will not have the effect, the desired effect in our life when we have envy within our heart. So next week, we will see how envy is a great stumbling block, or maybe for 5 minutes I can, because I want to take some question answers also. Right? And how to get rid of envy, how the other verses speaks about how to get rid of envy. So we will continue this theme almost for 3-4 weeks, because it's a very important subject matter. And for practicing devotee, this is the biggest stumbling block. Rather, all other anarthas come out from envy only. All anarthas, lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, all anarthas. We will see next class how all anarthas come out of envy only. And envy means we cannot tolerate the success of others. We cannot tolerate the success of others. So it is important that if we become envious of devotees and envious of our superiors, envious of our many devotees who have become so envious of their superiors. Like I remember one devotee who was there in ashram. He became so envious of his guru only. And he could not stay neither in ashram, he could not practice bhakti only, and he left ashram. And so much trouble he went through in his life. Rather, actually, if you become envious to a very great personality, we will land up into very, very dangerous problems in our life. Like, for example, Ramchandra Khan. So, Ramchandra Khan became envious of Haridas Thakur. So, Haridas Thakur was becoming very famous. And because he was becoming very famous, very, very famous, very, very, very famous, so Ramchandra Khan said, why this Haridas Thakur is becoming very famous? So Ramchandra Khan was actually the king of that area, and he wanted people to appreciate him. So whenever people used to come to his court, they will appreciate Haridas Thakur. And he was not able to tolerate, I am king, you should appreciate me. And you are appreciating you are appreciating Haridas Thakur. Huh? And who is this Haridas? He is just a Bairagi. And I know who is this Haridas. He is not having a right character. I will expose his character to all these people and so to the world how this Haridas Thakur is a wrong personality. So like this, Ramchandra Khan was thinking, becoming envious of Haridas Thakur's fame and personality and how people loved him and all those things. And then Ramchandra Khan sent a prostitute to Haridas Thakur, and the prostitute was coming, and first day the prostitute came, and then Haridas Thakur said, actually my rounds are not over, right? Whole day I was preaching and because so many classes were there, my rounds were not over. I will chant my rounds, complete it, and then we will discuss. And by that time rounds got over, it became morning. Then prostitute went away. Next day came. Next day said, again I had a lot of preaching programs. They were weekends. So weekends generally are very busy. And then he started, then the prostitute stayed back, and third day the prostitute fell down at the feet of Haridas Thakur and said that I was sent by Ramchandra Khan. And Haridas Thakur said, I knew this, that this Ramchandra Khan is envious of me. But just to deliver you, I stayed back. Otherwise I would have left. Just see. Who can speak such statements to deliver the prostitute? So then the prostitute got the Hare Krishna mantra from Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur left. But after Haridas Thakur left that place, because of that envy and offense to Haridas Thakur, the entire family of Ramchandra Khan, the entire village of Ramchandra Khan became destroyed. So that's why if you take side of also the envious person, then also you will get destroyed. Sometimes one person is envious and you may be just taking his side, innocently. Like all the villagers, they took side of Ramchandra Khan innocently, but they also get destroyed. So even if someone is becoming envious, he's trying to find faults, best thing is that we should close our ears and run away from that person and reject that person completely. Otherwise, that person is going to go to hell. We will also go to hell by becoming envious. So that's why envy is very, very dangerous. It can completely destroy our devotional creeper. Okay, so we will discuss more elaborately next week, and we'll see solutions to this envy, what Bhagavatam gives from the first other two verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, yes. Our Siddha Sahadev has some question. Anyone has any question? We'll next 15 minutes take some questions. Oh, so many questions are there. Okay. Yes, Siddha Sahadev, please tell.
As we are conditioned soul, so we have Kala, Dvesha, Asurya, and then Asurya also.
Yes.
So how to overcome this and how to remove these qualities from?
Yeah. So actually, time is less, so we didn't discuss how we can get rid of it. So next class will be focused on how we can get rid of it. We know that we have envious and all this. Today was just an introduction because time is less. But the basic thing is we must understand that envy towards anyone else in this world is actually envy towards Krishna only. And envy towards any person, whether it is our husband, our wife, or any devotee, or guru, or brother, or sister, or anyone, any employee, anyone we become envious, it's all actually reflecting our envy towards Krishna. And we should try to focus on eradicating our envy towards Krishna. And then all other envies will also go away. Because we are envious to Krishna, that's why we are envious to other living entities. This is what we will see in next class. How we can get rid of envy towards Krishna? By understanding Krishna is our well-wisher. If Krishna has given Sri Nitai something and he has not given me something, he is well-wisher of both Sri Nitai and me. He knows that this is what Sri Nitai requires and this is what I require. And if I want something what Sri Nitai Das has, or I want something what Kusal Bihari Das has, or I want something what Siddha Sahadev has, let me ask Krishna why I should become envious of him. He has got everything from Krishna, and if I pray to Krishna, Krishna will also give me if it is good for me. Right? So in this way, envy towards living entities can be counteracted only when we strike to the root of the envy, that is envy towards Krishna. So, because we are envious towards Krishna, that's why our envy towards Krishna is just reflecting all other living entities. It is reflecting in the heart, in Guru. Why we are becoming envious of Guru? Because we have rebellion towards Krishna. Krishna is instructing and Guru is instructing. Why Guru will only get all worship? Why everyone should worship Guru? Why everyone should respect Guru? People have told me like that. Why people worship Guru? Why they cannot tolerate people being worshipped? Why they cannot tolerate other people getting worshipped? Because they are envious. Like some people have told, why this Maharaj has such elaborate Vyas Puja? I said, what is your problem? His disciples are organizing Vyas Puja for him. What is your problem? They are taking money from your pocket, kya? Huh? They are taking money from your pocket. They are taking money from your bank account for organizing Vyas Puja of their spiritual master. Why you are making me envious? But this is how envy is. And why he is becoming envious of that spiritual master getting worshipped? Because he is envious towards Krishna. He could not tolerate Krishna getting worshipped in spiritual world. Now he comes here, he could not tolerate anyone getting worshipped. You want worship, you tell. Krishna will give you also some followers to worship you. But this is the problem. This is the problem. Anyone who becomes successful in this world, others will simply become envious to him. So we have to understand our root cause of our envy is from envy towards Krishna only. Because we are envy towards Krishna, we envied Krishna's opulence, right? Envy Krishna's possessions, properties, and that's why we have come here. And now we are anyone who is exhibiting some vibhuti of Krishna, we are becoming envious. Some vibhuti of Krishna is knowledge, we become envious of him. Some vibhuti of Krishna is beauty, we become envious to him or her. Like that. Understanding? So next class we will see how we can get rid of our envy towards Krishna. That is what Bhagavatam gives solution. Bhagavatam doesn't give solution like, remove your envy towards Kushal Bihari Das. Remove your envy towards Brin Nasim Das. Remove your envy towards Krishna. All other people you will remove automatically. Right. So if you are feeling envious towards any devotee, that means you are envious towards Krishna. So that is the proof. And let's not focus on that devotee. Let's focus on Krishna. Only Krishna, when we become non-envious towards Krishna, you will see devotees, all the envy towards devotees will also go away. Envy towards other living entities who are enjoying, that envy will also go away. Right? And sometimes as brahmacharis, we should not become envious of grihasthas. Oh, just see how they are enjoying and all. So you want to enjoy, you get married. Enjoy. But why you are becoming envious? So in this way, people, that is envy has no limit. No limit. Right? And it goes from up and make you finally matsar. It will start with one devotee. Finally, it will make you matsar, make you all envious towards all devotees and make you leave ISKCON only. Like that also so many people have done. They have left only ISKCON. Why? Because they started with Asuya, fault finding. They went till Dvesha, trying to create a separate group. And then they became Khala and then they become Matsar. This is the way. So it starts with this. It starts with Asuya. This is the first step. And second step is you become Dveshi. Third step is we become Khala. And fourth, we become Matsar. This is how it begins. So that's why from fault finding stage only, Asuya stage only, stop it. Don't find faults. Otherwise it will grow and it will devastate, and very dangerous to find faults with devotees, because devotees are very dear to Krishna, especially those who are preaching Krishna consciousness, propagating Krishna consciousness. They are very, very dear to Krishna. So very dear to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. We have to be very careful to those devotees. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, Selja Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Ramburam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, my question is like Srimad Bhagavatam in the very second verse only is mentioned how it is Khal Pratyadin, pure devotion to Krishna. Then why Prabhuji, people Saptahik Bhagavatam is everywhere so popular, 7 days का Bhagavatam सुन लो और मुक्ति मिल जाएगा, मोक्ष मिल जाएगा. They never मतलब वो पढ़ते इसलिए नहीं कि वो कुछ प्योर डिवोटी बन जाएंगे, बस वो सुन लेते भागवतम कि हमारा मुक्ति मिल जाएगा. So why Bhagavatam is used like this?
Obviously. Why Bhagavatam is used like this? Because there are people who want to use Bhagavatam. The people will not teach this verse. Sometimes we think, Arey Prabhuji, yes, loko Bhagavat mein, like Prabhupada mentions, we'll read that also. In the purport, if you read the first 3 verses, Prabhupada explains what you are asking. Prabhupada says there are so many commentators and teachers of Srimad Bhagavatam, they directly jump to Ras Leela and speak on Ras Leela, this Leela, that Leela, and Prabhupada says, and they will not speak this verse. They will not speak this verse. So why? Because they want money. They want money. They want to cheat their followers. And personally, in my life, I saw so many people. I am from Puri. I know so many spiritual organizations, so many, Puri is like an entire big bazaar. All shopping mall, supermarket of all spiritual organizations. But when I came to in touch with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, the one thing I was really inspired. What was inspiring? That this person has not come to cheat us. He is giving the complete information of how you can practice with purity. So we must understand what Srila Prabhupada is giving us is very, very special, because Srila Prabhupada has nothing to impress us. He is simply giving what our acharyas have given, what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. So if you just stick to Srila Prabhupada's books, read them very nicely, make Srila Prabhupada's books as our life and soul, envy, I give guarantee, will go away from your heart. Right? I give guarantee. You will become a pure devotee in this life if you just stick to Srila Prabhupada's books and his teachings. So, but people are not doing that. Recently, His Holiness Bhakti Gaurav Narayan Maharaj had come to our ISKCON New Town. And he's disciple of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Very nice Maharaj from Odisha. He preaches in Angul. He was telling me our all problem in our ISKCON is we don't read Srila Prabhupada's books nicely. We don't inspire people to read purports of Srila Prabhupada's and really understand the purports of Srila Prabhupada very nicely. That's the problem. So these professional reciters, they will speak whatever people want, and because they want money from the people. We don't want any money from people. What money they will give? We just want to please Krishna. But if they want to please the public, so they want to please the public. That's why they are speaking to please the public. We are not speaking to please the public. Srila Prabhupada is not speaking to please the public. We are speaking what is good, beneficial. And some people will stay, some people will go away. Because this Swamiji is very, very strong, very, very trying to find faults. Right? We are just telling what is the truth. The truth is we are envious. And the truth is also that we can get rid of envy from our heart. Okay? How many of you think will pay money to that Kathakar who will come and tell, all of you are envious? How many of you think Salya Mataji will give money to that Kathakar? So similarly, but we are not afraid. Because why we are not afraid? Because we don't want followers. And we don't want money from the followers. We don't want followers. Whoever comes, if no one comes, very nice. We'll read Bhagavatam alone. If some comes, we will read with them. Okay. So many people have come, so many people have gone. They have gone on their own way. We are neither concerned about people coming, people going. We are concerned about presenting Srimad Bhagavatam as our acharyas are presented, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted. And then very few people will subscribe to it. Very few people will subscribe to pure thing. Like Srila Prabhupada used to give one example. When some disciples went to Srila Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, many are not joining our movement. What is the reason? Prabhupada said, in Delhi, Prabhupada gave an example of Delhi. In Delhi, there are two shops. When I was in Delhi trying to distribute Back to Godhead magazine, I saw these two shops. One shop was a laddu shop and another was also a laddu shop. One laddu shop, there was big line for getting laddus. And they used to sell 5 rupees laddus. Right? And in another shop, only 2-3 people will roam around. They used to sell 25 rupees laddu. Now the 5 rupees laddu was made through dalda, banaspati ghee, which is also cooked again and again and again and again, right? And the 25 rupees laddu is made with pure ghee, right? And that once only it is fried. So our movement is like we are trying to give this pure message. And because we are trying to give pure message, people will also be less. But then there are people who want that 5 rupees laddu, right? Okay, then go, don't worry. But we are happy that we are getting Srila Prabhupada's pure message and we are reading. Actually, we should understand that it's our great fortune to come in touch with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, Srila Prabhupada's books and our Acharya's books. Srila Prabhupada, whatever he has mentioned is what our Acharyas have mentioned. I have read Srila Prabhupada. Many of the places Srila Prabhupada puts as it is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in the purport. And many of the places Srila Prabhupada puts as it is what Jiva Goswami has said in the translation. You see? So we should have that faith. Because more we read other Acharyas' purport, we will understand, wow, Srila Prabhupada has completely, without any tinge, Srila Prabhupada has presented as it is from Acharyas. So if you just stick to Srila Prabhupada's books, read them sincerely, without and having full faith, that's what Susru Subi. You see what is mentioned? Submissively. Submissively is mentioned. So we may read Srila Prabhupada's books. Are we submissive to Srila Prabhupada? Right? So submissively if we read, definitely. Okay? Yes, Bihari, go ahead.
Prabhuji, one small question. Clarify करना है. प्रभु जी हनुमान जी ने लंका को पूरा जला दिया था. तो ये हम रिलेट कर सकते हैं, लाइक हरिदास ठाकुर की वजह से एनवीएस होके उनका पूरा गांव जला था, तो ये लंका भी उसी लिए जल गया हो.
Yes, we can say like that, but Hanumanji was doing some little service. Hanumanji, we should understand the thoughts of these great acharyas. So when Hanumanji met Ravana, he saw Ravana so powerful, so influential. You know what Hanumanji thought? He didn't become envious. He didn't start hating Ravana. You know what he thought? He thought, oh, if this person becomes a devotee of my Lord Ram, then how nice it would be. Like this Hanuman was thinking. Right? First time when he met Ram. Next he was thinking that if I do little bit of upadrav, and then maybe, this is what Hanumanji was thinking, maybe Ravan may change his mind, thinking, a small insignificant monkey can do so much of damage to Lanka, then maybe I surrender and return back Sita. Thinking that he burnt down the Lanka. This is the consciousness of great souls. Right? We may think Hanumanji was burning down Lanka, thinking, maar denge isko, aise kar diya, waise. No, he didn't that. He was thinking, maybe if I do some upadrav like this, right? No one died actually in Lanka. If everyone would have died in that fire, then no one would have come to fight with Lord Ram. Actually, so many people came fighting. That means Hanuman did what? He wanted to show to Ravan, ki Ravan, I am an insignificant monkey. I have come. I can do so much of damage. What do you think my Lord Ram will do? Thinking that maybe Ravan will return back Sita and maybe he will become a devotee. So sometimes gurus also or the devotees also may give some chastisement to us, punishment to us. For what reason? so that we become improved in life, right? They are not, no, it's not that they are acting out of anger, envy, to punish us. For what? Why they will punish you? So Hanuman was not wanting to punish Ravan. He wanted to show Ravan that Ravan sudharja. That's the consciousness. Is this clear? Yes, we have Hare Krishna. Yes.
How do we safeguard or how do we be cautious so that we don't add more envy? One is the solution we will discuss in next class, but how do we make sure that we do become more envious?
So that's what I said, ki stop in this stage only. Any devotee coming to you and speaking false about anyone else, stop at this level only. Because he or she is throwing her or his envy into your heart by speaking false. Stop at this level only. Like when I receive any blasphemous mails and also so many mails come, immediately it is sent to spam. No question of reading. That's what when Nimanand Prabhu called me and said, Gaurang Prabhu is asking who has sent this mail. I said, I don't know. I have not read only such a big mail. I just scrolled from top to bottom. It's such a big mail. Immediately I put it in trash. So immediately put the person into trash. So that's the first step we should do. Anyone speaking any fault, immediately put to trash. But problem is, we only want to hear, let me hear what that Prabhuji is telling about that Prabhuji. This is the problem. And then we get trapped. Thoroughly we get trapped. So at this stage only, this is the beginning stage, Asuya. Asuya is the beginning of envy. Asuya stage only, we should give it up. And otherwise we'll get affected. Like one, I remember one devotee was there. That devotee was superior to me. Okay. And another devotee is there who is equal to me. Okay. So one devotee who is superior to me and another devotee is equal to me. So my equal devotee used to always speak about faults of so many, everyone. GVCs. There is no one in ISKCON who is not faulty, according to him. So then there is my superior who is nice friend with my equal. These two devotees are very good friends. So I said to my superior, Prabhu, this devotee, please keep distance. And he didn't keep distance. No, my nice friend. How Karna got contaminated? By keeping company with Duryodhana. So at the stage of Asuya only, we have to stop it. So if you don't stop it at the stage of Asuya, you will get affected. Then it will go to Dvesha, then it will go to Khala, then it will become Matsara. Okay, that's the tip. Okay, don't let only, don't allow only, don't permit. Any devotee coming speaking about faults of anyone else, he is trying to throw his or her envy into your heart. Don't allow it at all. If you really want to, in future, continue Krishna consciousness, and if you really want to relish in the Bhagavatam, don't allow it. That's the thing. Okay? Next, yes, Udharan Krishna.
Hare Krishna, just in continuation to Vyayapal's Prabhu's question, sometimes while serving with devotees, we have some not good experiences with them. And we try to, we are living in a community and we try to share it with the close ones, devotees who are there, that this is what is happening. So Prabhu, sometimes it becomes very difficult to understand, are we envious, are we fault finding, or are we just sharing our concerns?
So if you want to share your concerns about someone, you share to some gurus or some superiors and all. Better not to share with equals. And the superior says, okay, See, ISKCON is a hospital. We cannot say ISKCON is a spiritual world. ISKCON is a hospital trying to cure people to enter spiritual world. So we should have right definition of ISKCON. So there will be people who will be having some stresses and they will create some problems. And also that we don't have to worry. And we don't have to, if what discussions should happen is about Srimad Bhagavatam, what services is happening. If we have some concern about some devotee, we tell to the spiritual master of that devotee, or we just avoid that association of that devotee. Finished. And we just avoid the association of that devotee. Just finished. We don't have to discuss. You don't have to distribute stool. If you understand there is stool somewhere, right? Just like imagine somewhere some rat has put stool. Okay. So, and then what is the thing? Either you can clean it or you leave that room, leave that place, correct? But you don't take the stool and so just see the stool is lying in my room. Just see the stool is lying in my room. Just see the stool is lying in my room. Just see this flat, this stool is lying in there. Sabko sunna hoge and witnessing to this is rat stool, na? This is rat stool in my room only. And then you tell the Krishna Bihari that, oh, this is dog stool. I think this is not rat stool. Oh, this is dog stool. Oh, I understood now. It is. That's why it is smelling there. You don't go do like that. Either you appoint someone to clean it, or if no one can be appointed, leave that place and do something else. And then what can be done? So if we try to even find faults in someone who is finding faults, then we are acting out of also envy. So we should not try to find faults unless the person appoints us as a spiritual master or wants some change in his life. Okay, sometimes as spiritual master also, एक बार हम बोलते हैं, दो बार we tell, and after some time we see that the person is not changing, then we also put Dandavat and we also speak sweet words to him or her and then leave it. Correct? So it's not that as spiritual master also we keep on finding faults and all. We see that person is trying to improve, we do. If the person is not trying to improve, we also put Dandavat and say, okay, you live your own life. You have anyway lived so many lifetimes like this. This life also you live like this. What's the problem? So we are here to change ourselves only. And someone appoints us to help him or her, we can help him or her to the extent he wants. Correct? So in your case, I don't think the person has appointed you. And if the person has not appointed you, you should be least concerned. And we should among ourselves discuss about our Krishna consciousness, pure Krishna consciousness. And if we have some concern about some devotee. And I have seen over the years, those who are trying to find faults, those who are acting out of envy, they don't remain only. So there is no point in discussing about them. There is no point in discussing about them only. Okay, now this is the 20th year I am seeing in 20 years, so many envious people also joined ISKCON. In my close observation. And they will find faults, this and that. And sometimes we become very extra concerned, what will happen, he is finding faults, he is becoming envious. But I saw that don't just act. By acting only, you feel that you are giving too much of attention to them. They will come, they will go. Right? And you have right to remain protected. Remain aloof from them. Right? Put Dandavat to them. Tell them that they are great souls. They are ISKCON reformers. They are great souls. Just remain aloof from them. We are here to read Srimad Bhagavatam, transform and purify our life and go back to God. And some people will join and some people will go. Some people will join and go like that. Okay? But we should not discuss unnecessarily. These are all gossip. Gossip. We should avoid gossip. Okay? Yes. Ajay Jana Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, with respect to this sloka number 2 that we explained today, that what we understand that we need to detach from all kinds of material dharmas. We need to clean our heart. Then we will be able to understand the Param Sattva and we will be get rid of all these. But with this context, there is a sloka also in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna advised Arjuna, Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam saranam bhaja aham tam sarva paramoksami masujo. So, at the context of the sloka, the same or we are talking different?
Yeah, so this is same. So when Krishna is telling Sarva Dharman Parityaja, that is end of Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavatam begins where Bhagavad Gita ends. So Bhagavatam is the next level study. So Bhagavatam first verse only, Krishna, Bhagavad Gita last verse says Sarva Dharman Parityaja, Bhagavatam first verse says Sarva Dharman Parityaja. पहले परित्यज करो, फिर बाद में discussion चालू होगा. You are understanding, right? So Bhagavad Gita takes you from a lower level, it brings you to the level of surrendering everything to Krishna. Bhagavatam takes that person who has already wanting to surrender. He may not have fully surrendered, at least desiring to surrender, takes further help. Is this clear? So where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins. That's the connection. And where Bhagavatam ends, the last verse of Bhagavatam, Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranami Dukkha Sammannam Tam Namami Hari Param. This is the last verse. And Chaitanya Charitamrita begins. How to take Nama Sankirtan in our life as life and soul. Okay? Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with Nama Sankirtan. Okay? And ends with Chaitanya Charitamrita. Aslishyava Padaratam Vinastumam Adarshanan Marmahatam Karottuva. That is the last, highest stage of devotional ecstasy one can reach, as explained by Chaitanya Charitamrita. And that can only be reached by Srimati Radharani. So let's not aspire for it. We can only become servants of Srimati Radharani. Okay? Only Srimati Radharani can reach to that stage of Aslishyava. We can become servants of Srimati Radharani. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, Ritu Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
You speak loudly, it's not audible.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
So, Prabhuji, my question is that something the other person did bad to us, like Kala or Dvesha towards us. So, it hurts us. So, it automatically our reaction is like we don't want to talk about that person or we don't want to listen others. कि कोई उनकी तारीफ करे तो in our mind it's like oh हमें पता है कि वो कैसा है because उन्होंने हमारे साथ ऐसा किया. So it's out of envy or it's out of anger. How we understand that? Because in our mind it's like oh we are very angry to that person, that's why we are thinking, but maybe we are angry.
So
how we
next class we will discuss how other anarthas are also coming from envy only. How anger also comes out from envy. So if someone is doing khala to us, someone is working in a wrong way to us, so we should understand that we are reaping reactions of our own karmic situations only. Nothing can happen without the sanction of Krishna. Krishna has sanctioned it. We have all right to remain aloof from that person who is becoming envious from us. But we don't have any right to become angry and all. And someone who is becoming envious of us can also have good qualities. Why he cannot have good qualities? He may not be like completely a black person. He may be a grey person. He is becoming little envious to us. But he has good qualities. Okay. No problem. Yes? So,
yes, but we don't want to see their good qualities also after that. We don't want to see that he अच्छा है.
Yeah, so that's what we need to also work out in our heart. So how to face envious people, that also we will see next class. How to become non-envious, and second thing is that how to face the envious. So we don't have to become envious to those who are envious to us. So we are definitely not able to hear the appreciation of those who have hurt us, those who have created problems to us. So what we should do So first of all, because we are right now in a very impure state, we should avoid their association. Right? Try to as much as possible avoid their association. And the second thing is that we need to ask ourselves also, if this person is ready to behave so nicely with so many people, why he is not behaving with me? Maybe I have done something in this life or previous life to him or her. That's why he is not behaving like this to me. So Krishna, please help me to, please help him or me to get rid of this. We can pray to Krishna. But so long we are in material world, we cannot expect everyone to love us. Okay? We are, I think, having a wrong expectation from material world. Okay? So people will find faults with us. People will criticize us. People will become envious of us. Because this is how the material world is designed. But we should not become envious of anyone. We should not find faults in anyone. Even if someone is finding faults in us, we should understand that, okay, how does it matter? What more I can expect from the material world? We cannot change the world, we can change ourselves. Okay? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Sam Narayan Prabhu ki jai. I think we touched a very interesting topic. A lot of people asking questions. Yes, please tell.
Probably, you told us that three effects of reading Srimad Bhagavatam: auspiciousness and removal of threefold miseries, and then Krishna getting bound to our heart. So, Prabhuji, I wanted to just ask that when Krishna is getting bound to our heart, so won't these other two effects will come automatically?
Yes. So, all these effects will come automatically, definitely. But then, these effects are specifically mentioned just to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? And to glorify Krishna, that how Krishna brings auspiciousness, how Krishna helps you get rid of all the three miseries. Just to glorify love for Krishna, that is being explained. But love for Krishna or sadhya hrudi aburuddhyate, that is the primary benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam. The other two are secondary benefits. But the secondary benefits are mentioned just to glorify the primary benefit. Okay? Yes, Vikram Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद।
Yes.
अच्छा प्रभु, थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन तो मेरा आंसर हुआ जो रितु माता जी ने पूछा आंसर, because the person, the reaction which you are getting, if somebody is ambitious to do, that it is because of your karmic reactions, right? So, and whatever is coming, so it is something who is
two answers I gave. I'll again revise the answer which I gave. There are two reasons. One is definitely because of our karmic reaction. Second is the nature of the world. Because we may not have karmic reaction, still people. We may not have karmic reaction, but still people can be envious of us, because we should understand the world is populated with envious people. We may not have. So these are the two reasons. One is our karmic reaction. But even if we don't have karmic reaction, still people can be envious of us.
The second thing, in case we are giving a feedback to someone, if you are pinpointing in our subordinates, this is something wrong and this is what I think you have to correct it. So should we go with this or should we not?
Yes, we should do it. If someone is our subordinate, it's our right to correct him or her. And one time you correct.
Sometimes also, I think we have to give feedback.
Sorry.
So that is sometimes superiors also, if they think they are not in the right direction, we might want to share the feedbacks.
Yes.
So we should share the feedback or we should avoid?
Yeah, we should share the feedback. Definitely. But imagine after sharing feedback also we don't see any change. Imagine you shared feedback to some subordinate and you didn't see any change. So we raise our hands, we just say that, okay, Arijit Prabhu, please mute. So immediately we refrain from it. We understand that give that person that space and freedom. He doesn't want to change. Okay. We don't have to bent upon changing a person. The person doesn't want to change. We don't want to change. Ek baar we give feedback and tell I think it would be nice if you can improve on this. Second time you give feedback. Third time you give feedback. After 3 times, my policy is 3 times policy. Another devotee I have seen, they have 1 time policy. एक बार बोलेगा, उसके बाद बोलेगा नहीं. मैं 3 बार पीछे पड़ता हूँ. ये मेरा policy है. 3 times I will tell the same thing. After that, I see no improvement has come. Then I will become such a nice friend to that person. Only speak sweet words. Right? Only speak sweet words to that person. So you can also follow 1 time policy, 2 time policy, 3 time policy. But don't increase more than 3 times. Okay. So first time you tell, improve, not improve. Second time you tell, improve, not improve. Third time you tell, not improve, finished. Then become a sweet talker. See, everyone wants a sweet talker. So very easy to become a sweet talker is very easy. Just meetha meetha bolo and very nicely, and then go ahead in your life and avoid, because you cannot always be with people who just want to be a sweet talker. It's not possible. It's not realistic. Right? Realistic means we have to speak whatever is required. But if someone wants to hear sweet talks only, then what can we do? We cannot. We can just speak sweet talks and carry on with our life. Yes. So you can follow first, second, third, any of them policy. But I follow 3 times. So whenever I give any feedback, I can't count. Okay, this specific thing, how many times I have said. So it becomes 3 times. Beyond that, I don't say. Okay. Yes, Ankit Prabhu.
Hi, Krishna. Prabhuji, this topic is very important, and we have to work on our own envy, but we also live in a world where we have to practically deal with people who are outside. In devotee circle, we can be like, in a little different way, we can deal with this situation. But when we deal in the practical world, we face people who are around us in an office situation or whatever, and that affects us negatively. That is like somewhere it affects us negatively. So how to deal with those situations?
How it affects us negatively? We also become envious like them, or how?
We may ignore Prabhu, like those who are envious of us. But if someone spreads misinformation or bad information about us, so then many times some people may clarify, but other people may not clarify. So that is one thing.
So we are attached to our position, and also if someone is spreading rumors about you, what you can do.
Yeah.
Keep on going and clarifying everyone and waste your time. Let the facts speak, na?
Mm-hmm.
So we should be having conviction that facts and figures should speak. If someone is spreading rumors about us, and we keep on going every person, and telling, "Arey, he's just spreading rumor. He's just spreading rumor. I am not like this. I am not like this." How much time and human energy will waste? In that time, if we can showcase our own talents and continue doing things, that is much better situation. And sometimes our superiors may be envious and may get affected by the rumors. Okay, what can be done? That should give you impetus that don't stay in this material world. This is very good. We should pray to Krishna. Oh Krishna, thank you for putting me in such a situation where everyone around me is envious, so that I will not even look at this material world again. Like recently, one devotee, very senior devotee, very nice devotee, well, against him, so many people had spread so many rumors, and so many mails had come. And this devotee has such a nice consciousness. He wrote back in the mail that, I am suffering from, I think, my own karma, or Krishna wants to intensify my bhakti and really understand that the nature of the material world is people will become envious, even if you do so much of good to the society. Like that he wrote back, right? So we try, to avoid as much as possible the envious people or people who are spreading rumors about us. But imagine people are spreading rumors about us. That should really make us think that very good, Krishna, very good. I cannot be attached to my success now. Right? I cannot be attached to my success now. And I cannot be attached to this material world. Oh Krishna, thank you very much for putting me in this situation. So sometimes we may get attached to our spiritual success also. Right? So that is also dangerous. We may get attached to the material world and to this what we are accomplishing in material world. I did this, I did that. It's good that we face some rumors. It's good that we face some envious people. These are all sent specifically by Krishna to help you become detached from the material world, from the materialistic people. And we are expecting materialistic people who could spread rumors about Krishna. Just imagine, in Dwaraka, history of Dwaraka Vasis were spreading rumors about Krishna. Who are we? हम कौन सी खेत की मूली हैं? If people are spreading rumors about us, we become so alarmed. People are spreading rumors. Dwaraka Vasis, who loved Krishna so much, they were spreading rumors about Krishna. Definitely, Krishna acted in against the rumors, and he went and showed to the Dwarakavasi that how he is not at fault. We should try our level best to do that. But beyond certain a level, we should just understand these are all sent by Krishna to make me detached. Okay? So we should work definitely if someone is spreading rumors about us and we come to know. And to the best extent, we can have a written clarification. To whomsoever may be concerned, okay? Whoever reads this is my clarification. Uske baad you remain detached. Even after reading that clarification also, people will still spread rumors. Just see, he is now defending. Right? What can be done? This is how it will be. These instances are our good friends. These instances where people are finding faults with us, even after we have done so much good to them, where people are finding rumors from us, spreading rumors about us, even if we have done so much good, these are the best friends of a devotee. Why? Because they have sent specifically by Krishna to become detached from this world. So we should not pray to get to these situations, but if it comes, we should understand that these are all sent by Krishna to make me detached. Okay? So don't expect too much from this material world. This material world is envy. Prabhupada writes in one purport, envy is the bottom line of this material existence. Right? People have become envious of their brothers. Husbands and wives have become envious of each other. Disciples have become envious of their guru and acted against the guru like anything. So, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Be surprised if people are appreciating you. Be surprised. How come these people who are populated in material world can appreciate me? Oh Krishna, I think this is Maya. I should be careful. So if people are appreciating you, be surprised and be shocked. How come I don't have any good quality? Neither they have come here to appreciate. They have come here to become envious. Neither I have good quality. How this appreciation is happening? This means illusion is there. But if people are spreading rumors and all. Okay, is this clear? All the best. Yes. And
thank you.
Hare Krishna. Bihari Govind Prabhu. And then Poonam Mataji. Okay, Poonam Mataji can speak. Yes, Poonam Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, I was relating to Kaliya Leela here, and now I'm confused between false ego and envy.
Okay,
So,
we are confused
what is the
between
difference?
false ego and envy. Okay, it will take some time to answer. So we will answer in the next class, because false ego and envy, what's the difference? So envy creates false ego. Okay, so envy creates false ego. So false ego is basically a facility given by Krishna to experience our envy towards Krishna. Okay, so the definition of false ego is, it's a facility created by Krishna to help us experience our envy towards him. So you can just write this definition. I hope this definition makes it clear itself. So false ego, so we want to experience our envy. We want to enjoy like Krishna. So we get a false ego. I am also enjoy, I am also enjoy, I am also enjoy, I am also controller. So false ego is mithya ahankar. It's a facility given by Krishna to experience our envy towards him. Okay? So if you make me remind me next class, I will elaborate a little more.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Bihari will improve. I think we'll end.
This is a classification basically into the second verse. This is Abhidaya of the process. But verse is also talking some glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam and also what is told, what is not told. So, but the process here is not being envious and reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam.
Process is Process is this. That's we'll discuss. This is Avidya. Susrusubi. And Atra Kritivi. So these are the two processes, Avidya. Okay. And we will see next class how these two things help us get rid of envy. Okay. Yes, Ankit, Prabhu. Quick.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is this gossip which say the Shastras, they say that Krama Katha Nashini. So that basically means people people expressing their enviousness.
Yes. Basically means Asuya. This third. Asuya.
Okay.
This is
that is thing we have to avoid.
So because why you have to avoid? Because this is first beginning of getting affected by envy. Then it goes to Dvesha, then it go to Khala, and then become Asya. Okay.
And Prabhu, does gossip include something else also other than this Asuya? Or it's
best is not to find faults. At least we start beginning with that. We are able to gossip. Like sometimes people gossip, Pradhan Mantri thik nahi kar rahe hain. That is also gossip. That is also Asuya. Why you are speaking about Pradhan Mantri? Because you are envious of Pradhan Mantri. Why you are finding faults with Pradhan Mantri? You are envious of him. Why he is glorified? Why people are speaking so much about the PM, giving his name and telling all these things. Why? Because they are envious. After a long time, we got some prime minister who is so famous, correct? And then people are having jalan. Other leaders are having jalan. And that's the reason, why, the simple reason why people are after him. Whether he is good or bad, that's a different discussion. But why people are after him? Because of envy. This is Asuya behavior. Finding faults and gossiping about him. I think he's not making the right strategy. Okay, you become prime minister. That's the main reason. He wants to tell that I should become prime minister. Why this muff number 1 is a prime minister? That's the main reason. Okay. All the best. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpataru Vipasindhu vevacha paritana pavane Vaishnava Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Hare Krishna.